I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTracker.com, and today we're going to install a Woodcraft Stator cover protector on our 2014 STG Road Racing World Honda CBR1000RR project bike. On the big Honda, you can see here that factory Stator cover protrudes a bit from the side of the bike. That's a vulnerable spot. If we happen to have a tip over, we want to make sure that we are protected here. Instead of replacing the entire cover, Woodcraft has come up with a great solution that is a bolt-on cover protector. A little bit of history with Woodcraft. It is owned and operated by a guy named Eric Wood. Been motorcycle riding racing for many, many years. He is the one who designs all the parts. He has a tremendous amount of, obviously, design ability and then real-world motorcycle knowledge. And that goes into every one of the parts he builds, and that's really what makes their stuff different, is his involvement in motorcycling in general. He's learned a lot along the way, and we all benefit from that every time we buy one of his parts. So, with this cover protector, we've got to remove a couple of OEM fasteners. It comes with a rubber pad on the back side, because this fits really close to that factory Stator cover, so it's going to help shield that, okay? Comes with all the hardware needed. Replaceable skid pad. You can get that in various colors. And most importantly, very clean and clear instructions, okay? First thing we have to do is we need to essentially remove those stock fasteners. To do that, we're going to use our T-handle right here. We've got these 4 pieces that need to come out. Got my Motion Pro spinner T-handle, love this thing. Anytime you remove OE fasteners from your motorcycle, save them, do not discard them. You never know what the future may hold. You may at some point need these bolts, and if you threw them in the trash, you're really disappointed that you did that. So, save the fasteners. Once we get these out, we're going to go ahead and, per the instructions, use a little thread locker on the retaining bolts for that replaceable skid pad, mount that to our clutch cover protector, and then we'll be ready to install it. I'm just going to use blue thread locker for the fasteners here. I don't really think there's any need to use red. We of course have all this stuff available right on the site. You can pick that up at the same time you grab your clutch cover protector. Get that started. Repeat this process for the other 2 fasteners. Looking at the instructions too, you'll note that we have 3 different size fasteners. They call out which ones go in which hole by length. There are 2 55mm long fasteners. Those are going to go on the 2 ends, and from left to right the 35mm, and then on the right side the 45mm fastener. 3mm T-handle. Go ahead and torque these bad boys down. Make sure that that rubber pad is adhered to the cover. It's very important that it's there. Torque these down. We'll pass over these twice and make sure we got it nice and even. You can only really put so much torque on this with that 3mm T-handle, and that is why they're asking for the use of thread lock. Okay, now let's have a look at these fasteners. There are the 2 longest. 35, 45, and then this one. You can clearly see that fits right up against that OE Stator cover, just as it's supposed to. Go ahead and install the fasteners. They do have a recommended torque spec on here. It says about 7 foot-pounds. I wrenched for a long time, don't really feel the need to use a torque wrench unless I'm rebuilding a motor. I'm just going to go ahead and use a T-handle, 5mm. We're going to begin by just literally getting these fasteners down finger tight. Now we're going to pass over them twice to make sure the torque is good and even. Anytime that you're servicing a cover like this, right, even though you're just putting on the cover protector, you did remove the fasteners, right? It's highly unlikely that it will disturb that seal that's underneath there, right? But it is very important that before you ride the bike, you run it and check for leaks. Got them all finger tight. You're gonna go ahead and use the natural torque wrench and drop about 7 foot-pounds on each one of these. I'll pass twice just to make sure they're all nice and even, like so. And there it is. Really simple install. Standard hand tools. Number one, it looks cool, but most importantly, we have now protected a very vulnerable spot on this bike. This application is good for a track bike as well as a street bike, because it's a great way too to dress up a motorcycle. You can put one of those alternate colored skid pads on there and it really pops. This is the Woodcraft Stator Cover Protector install on our 2014 STG Road Racing World Honda CBR1000RR.